Hello dear students, I am here your Polomi ma'am or PB ma'am, and I am going to start your new chapter, SST chapter, that is our Earth. And this chapter is included in your pre-term exams, so be serious and open your book, page number 7. Okay, that is our Earth. Now whenever we ask you that where do we live, that we live in our houses, right? We live in our houses with our families. Now our houses are part of a specific city, and this city or village or town or whatever, okay, this city or this village are basically a part of a country. Now this country is basically a part of a large land. Okay, this large mass of land is known as continent. Okay, now this continent, and if you are seeing this landmark, you are seeing this land, this is the land, and this land basically known as, this large form or large mass of this land is known as continent. Now we will come back to this point, that is what is continent, what is ocean. We will come to this point, but before that we have to know what is the shape of our earth. Okay, now here is the second slide, that is the shape of our earth. Now if we ask, or if I ask you a question, that is our earth flat? Is our earth flat? No. Earth is basically round in shape. Now earth is basically so round in shape, as you see this picture, earth is round in the shape. Now who was the person who told us that earth is not flat, earth is round in the shape? The person is Magellan. Okay, the person is Magellan. Now here a short story I want to share. Okay, now what is the story? Basically, in the ancient time, or in the past, okay, in the past time, people had basically no idea about the shape of the earth, and they believed that the shape of the earth was flat. Okay, and you can see that in your page number 9, that an imaginary drawing showing ships falling off the edge of the earth, edge of the flat earth. Okay, but there was a sailor that his name was Magellan, and in the year of 1519, the Magellan, a Portuguese sailor, started a long voyage from Spain with 5 ships and many sailors. Okay, they kept on sailing towards the west, and after a tough journey of 3 years, the ship returned to the place in the Spain from exactly where they had started. Okay, that means suppose this sailor start from this area, suppose the sailor start from this area, and finally he came back after a journey of 3 years from exactly that point where he started. Okay, this meant they had sailed around the earth. Okay, they had basically started around the earth. This journey showed that the earth has basically no edges. Okay, it is round like a huge ball. So if I say that what is the shape of our planet, then it will be, earth is basically like a huge ball and it is round in a shape. Okay, now after a long period, after a long time, or a later period, when NASA sent astronauts, Now astronauts went into the space, went into this universe, this black universe, you can say this is the black universe, and they basically, this is the black universe, you can see that. So they went into the space or the universe, and they brought back the pictures of the art from there, and it was proved then that the art is basically round in a shape. Okay, now after that we have one major question. Okay, we have basically one major question, that Earth is a living planet. Why we call it, I mean, why this is so? I mean, no, Mars is not a living planet, Venus is not a living planet in the whole solar system. In the whole solar system, if you see whole solar system, you can see that the third planet, that is the Earth is the third planet of the whole solar system, you all know that. And this Earth is basically a unique planet because it is a living planet. Now what are the reason behind this? If you see the round surface of the Earth, you can see this Earth is basically has two pole. Number one, it is North Pole. Number two, it is South Pole. Okay, now this North Pole is we call it Northern Hemisphere, and this South Pole is basically this portion we call it Southern Hemisphere. Okay, but Southern Hemisphere or Northern Hemisphere are not so important. The important thing that is to know, that is, why do we call Earth as a living planet? Why? Or why do we call Earth a blue planet? Or why do we call Earth a unique planet? You can see that Earth has basically so many names. Living planet, some astronauts call it unique planet, some call it blue planet, and so on. What is the reason behind that? Now you can see this is a picture of Earth. Okay, you can see this whole large picture of Earth, and you can see two large bodies here, the blue part and the green part. Okay, this is the blue part and this is the green part. Now this blue part are basically the water bodies. This is the large water bodies, and this large water bodies we call it ocean. Okay, and you can see the green part or some brown part, these are the landforms or land masses. And these land masses are basically, this is the land masses, and this land masses are, we call it what? We call it continents. Now here this is the whole surface, of the Earth, and Earth basically consists of this large water bodies and large land bodies. Water bodies are known as ocean, I mean the large water bodies are known as ocean, and the large landforms or large land masses are known as continents. Now you can see that Earth has 71% water. Okay, and the presence of this water and presence of this large huge amount of water helps earth to bring life in the earth. Okay, and if you see that there are so many astronauts, there are so many scientists, they are basically using their time and they are sending their various things to the surface of the Mars, to the surface of the Jupiter, to find that whether there is any kind of water or not. Because if there is water, there is a chance of having life. And you see that earth has 71% of the water, right? And whenever this earth has 71% of water, not only that, earth has a thick blanket of the air. You can see that this is the thick blanket of the air. Okay, now this thick blanket of the air, the large water bodies, the heat or the temperature that earth is received or earth received from the sun make life possible on the earth. Okay, because without water, without heat and light, it's not possible to have a life. Okay, so if I ask you one question, that from where do we get the light and heat? Where do we get? From the sun. Okay, from the sun we get the light, the heat, and we have a thick layer or a thick blanket of air that surrounds the earth. You can see that this surrounds the whole earth. Okay, and here this is why we have a living planet. This is why we have a living planet. Okay, so if I ask you a question that why is earth called a living planet, you can answer it. I hope you can answer it. Now we have one more question, that why do earth or why should we call earth as a blue planet? Because when we see the earth from the space or from the universe, it appears like a blue marble. You can see it is almost like a blue marble, right? This is because most of the percentage or most of the earth's surface is basically covered by water. You can see 71% of the water. You can see 71% of water and only 29% of the landforms. Okay, so this is why earth basically is known as blue planet, and earth is the third planet of the solar system. That you have to remember. Okay, now after knowing this earth is a living planet, earth has a thick air blanket, now what is this atmosphere? Now you have to remember that in page number 9, that the atmosphere is basically what? I already said you that the thick air of layer or thick layer of the air or thick blanket of the air that surrounds the whole earth is basically helping us to live here, right? Live here properly. Not only us, in because of the air, we have plants also, right? We have trees also. So basically, what is atmosphere? Atmosphere is basically the thick layer of the air which surrounds the earth, and it protects the earth from the harmful rays. You can see this is the blanket, this is the thick blanket of the earth, that is known as atmosphere, and it is basically protecting earth from the harmful rays. Now what are the harmful rays? The harmful rays are basically UVA, UVB, etc. And there are so many harmful rays, or so many asteroids, you can say. Okay. Now after this atmosphere, we will continue this chapter, and we will know more about this chapter, that what is continents, what is ocean, and there are how many continents, how many oceans in the earth. We all know that there are 7 continents and there are 5 oceans. So but before that, we have to do a quick revision, or what are the things to remember. Okay, the main things that we have already learned today, that is earth is the 3rd planet of the solar system. Okay, and it is a part of a solar system. It is round in shape. It is basically like a huge ball. And who was the person who first declared that or said that earth is round? Magellan. Okay, and the next thing is, what is atmosphere? What is atmosphere? That is, earth is surrounded by a thick layer of air which basically protects the earth from the harmful rays of the sun. This is known as atmosphere. Okay, and the presence of atmosphere, the presence of large water bodies, the presence of heat, light that we get from the sun, it already basically makes earth a home of living things. Okay, so this is all about today's lesson, and it is already the first part. In the second part, we will know about what are continents, what are ocean, what are the simply and how do we study our earth. Okay, it is not possible, na? It is not possible that you in class 3 go to the spaceship or go to the universe and you study the earth. Is it possible? No, it is not possible. So we have to study earth by making some model. Now this will be the part 2 or second part of this chapter. Now until that, you read all this page, that is, what are the shape of the earth, and what is blue planet, why do we call earth blue planet, why do we call earth a living planet. Okay, what is atmosphere, and why earth is the living planet, what is atmosphere, and what is the function of the atmosphere. What is the function of the atmosphere? If I ask you, that it protects the earth from the harmful rays. Okay, I hope you understood all of the topic that I tried to make you understand. If there is any problem in any part of this topic of this video, you definitely pause that video and you listen that specific area twice, thrice. After that you after that also you have some problem, or you are facing some problem, you can WhatsApp me. Okay. So here I am ending this lesson for today only, and I will give you some work or some classwork which you have to do sincerely. And I here I am simply ending this class. Okay, thank you.